The Darwin Incident has one of the most unique anime setups I have seen in recent time, and I mean that in a good way. Imagine a boy who is half human and half chimpanzee, called a Humanzee. Now add a terrorist group that targets people in the name of animal liberation. And because the protagonist is vegan, people around him start suspecting him even more. Just from that setup alone, this anime already feels different. It is not your usual action anime. It is not a simple school drama either. It takes a very unusual idea, then builds a dark social thriller around it. The story follows Charlie, a Humanzee who has lived most of his life in a small and protected world. His life mostly revolves around his adoptive parents and his home. He does not really have anything to do with the outside world. But the moment he starts going to school, everything slowly begins to fall apart. At first, it feels like the anime is going to be about Charlie adjusting to normal school life. But very quickly, the story becomes much bigger. Charlie becomes a symbol before he even understands what that means. Some people are curious about him, some judge him, some want to control him. And then there is the terrorist group that wants to use him for their own movement. That is where the anime becomes really interesting. Charlie himself is not the one driving most of the conflict. Instead, people around him keep projecting their fears, expectations, and agendas onto him. Whether he wants it or not, his existence becomes a serious issue for everyone involved. I also liked how seriously the anime treats this strange idea. The anime is not just asking, "What is Charlie?" It is asking how humans would react if someone like Charlie actually existed. And that is what makes the story so interesting. Instead of treating Charlie as a gimmick, it explores the fear, curiosity, politics, and prejudice created by his existence. That part worked well for me. The reactions around Charlie feel natural. Some people see him as a threat, some see him as a tool, and some slowly start seeing him as a person. That balance makes the whole setup more believable. The fight sequences are also well made. They are not just random action scenes added for excitement. Most of the fights feel connected to the tension of the story. Charlie's strength and instincts make him feel dangerous, but the anime never turns him into a simple, overpowered character. There is always this feeling that his power is both a gift and a problem. The character designs are good too. Charlie's design especially works because he looks unusual. The animation is also great in the important scenes, especially during the fights and intense moments. It gives the anime a serious tone without making it feel boring. But for me, what kept me hooked the most was the contrast between Charlie and the antagonist side. Charlie does not behave like a typical anime protagonist. His way of thinking is different from everyone around him. But that actually fits his character because he did not grow up like normal people. On the other side, the terrorist group is not scary only because they are violent. They are scary because they believe they are right. And villains like that are always more interesting to watch. They are not just doing evil things for no reason. They have an ideology. And that ideology keeps pushing Charlie into a conflict he never asked for. That protagonist and antagonist dynamic is the main reason I stayed invested from start to end. Charlie is trying to understand society. The villain side is trying to control what Charlie represents. And the world around them keeps turning his existence into fear, debate, and conflict. That combination makes the anime feel more gripping than I expected. If there is one thing I would say, it is that this anime is definitely not for everyone. The story deals with terrorism, discrimination, human rights, animal rights, violence, and identity, so the tone can feel uncomfortable at times. And personally, I would recommend this only for adults. Not just because of violence, but because the ideas it explores are serious. You need to be in the mood for something dark, mature, and thought-provoking. Also, there is one twist near the end of Season 1 that I did not expect at all. I will not spoil it here, but that twist completely changes the scale of the story. Until that point, I was already interested. But after that reveal, I felt like the anime had entered a much bigger territory. So overall, The Darwin Incident is definitely worth trying. It has a unique premise, strong tension, good animation, interesting characters, and a story that actually makes you think. It is weird, serious, uncomfortable, and gripping in the right way. If you want something different from the usual anime formula, definitely try this one. Especially if you enjoy social thrillers, morally complicated villains, and protagonists who do not behave like typical heroes. I will be bringing a lot more anime content in the future, so stay connected for that. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.